my opinion, trade financing is very important for U.S. Exporters, especially who are looking to sell overseas. You know, if you're structuring your deals that are just cash in advance, you're most likely going to run into competition from other markets. And you can't always just look at the local market or the U.S. market as your competition. You've got to now look at the European companies, Asian companies, or all around the world. You're competing with companies all around the world who, in many cases, may have a lot more experience in selling overseas and a lot more knowledge with the trade side and offering financing. I always recommend to my customers, look at it in two ways. You know, how to mitigate your risk, ensure that you get paid is the most important thing. There's no sense in selling anything overseas if you're not going to get paid. However, you also need to look at it from the buyer's perspective. How is a cash in advance transaction affecting the buyer? And is this going to be a one-time sale? Certainly you're going to want to see more sales from this one company. You don't want it to be a one-time deal. Well, if you're offering only cash in advance, that's probably going to be a one-time deal because they're probably going to search out other suppliers and look for more favorable terms. If you can get comfortable with a letter of credit or using insurance, you're most likely going to have more success. I think the number is 70+% maybe in Europe of exporters that use credit insurance, and here it's about 10%, which that number has actually grown significantly over the past few years. 6 or 7 years ago, that number was maybe 5%. So still, it's a small amount of companies in the United States that are using insurance. But you can bet your competitors are using letters of credit and they're using credit insurance. So being able to offer those terms, even being creative within a letter of credit, offering terms within that letter of credit is going to help you as well. We're starting to see more and more letters of credit come out of Asia and India that have a term on them. Financing in some of those countries is very difficult. It's very expensive. So that's why we definitely can recommend and see that companies who are able to use the trade finance products that are out there, whether they be letters of credit, credit insurance, the working capital programs that are out there, often are able to grow their exports very, very significantly by using those products, as opposed to just going in with a cash in advance mentality. And that's not to say that cash in advance isn't going to work. It's going to work in certain places, and there are certain countries where it's probably the way to go. But in the growing markets around the world, Asia, the Middle East, India, those are places where the trade finance products are very, very common, and it's critical to understand them and know how to use them.